Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Hunters of Calamity. So the last episode where we ended off, everybody was getting ready to go into basically a boss fight. So that's pretty much where we're going to be starting today.
Me without my powers.
Yes, and Paige does not have their magic because of a bad roll. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens today. I'm not saying that there's gonna be a player character death, but I'm not saying that. We'll see. But we are one person short tonight. Last of the order was not able to make it, so I am going to do my best to approximate Beth, so that we're not leaving our party here a person down in this boss fight. So hopefully I do Beth justice here and nobody dies. Before we jump into all the action, though, I'm going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. Then I will go over the viewer actions so I can explain to all of you how you can actually change the story, help the characters, or hinder them if you want to, and all that, and then we'll jump in. So starting from the top, we've got Attack Trick. Tell us a little bit about Wesley and yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Pat, or I'm Attack Trick Online. I'm playing Wesley. Wesley is a spooky boy. He was experimented on and got powers from that, and now he's essentially he's just looking for money, and he'll do what he needs for that and to avoid the people that experimented on him. And we've done a lot of crazy, nasty stuff for money recently. But I mean,
You have.
I'm pretty sure all of you are complicit at least.
Yeah.
So
2 points there. That truck didn't teleport itself into the building. And I mean, one of the four of us is the one that keeps offering us those jobs. So
I didn't.
Fantastic.
Do, but it just happened that way.
Cool. And then next we would have Last of the Order. Like I said, they're not able to be here tonight, but they are very awesome. Definitely go check them out on Twitter if you're a Borderlands fan. They do a lot of really cool content on Twitter in regards to that. And then I will be handling Beth, who's the professional playbook and monster of the week, and a bit of a sniper. So we'll see how we do there. Next we've got Gwen playing Paige. Tell us a little bit about Paige and yourself.
So Paige is a bit of a wild card and a bit of a, fire bug. Accidentally, mostly. Mostly accidentally. Mostly. There were some instances where they actually set stuff on fire on purpose. But it was on a job, right? That's fine, right?
I mean,
Yes.
surgical strikes have not been in your repertoire yet, so I think you're fine.
Oh, Paige is currently without their powers, so that's gonna be fun. And by fun, I mean painful.
Well, title of today's episode is "This Is Gonna Hurt," so we'll find out.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Paige
And then
came looking for friends and found these people.
Went looking for friends, but only found tentacles.
Yep, that's also true. Speaking of tentacles and where Paige got those, Zan, tell us a little bit about Merc and yourself.
Yeah, so Merc is the monstrous playbook. He has recently decided that he is a god, started a fun church, the Cult of Merc, as other people have called it. He was trapped in a Luridian mine and had to do some rough stuff to get out, and has found himself with the ability to change his shape into that of the local fauna, and has a little bit of penchant for imbibing gasoline and encouraging some of the more unsavory impulses of his teammates. And I'm Zan, and you can find me at InsanityTTRPG on Twitter or at InsanityGaming.com for all the rest of my nonsense that I do.
Perfect. And then here we go. Had to update the viewer action chart there because I realized we had an old one up there for some reason. So yeah, I'm Raven. I'll be the game master. I am obviously a tabletop RPG streamer. I also do TTRPG game design, voice acting, graphic art, composite art, writing and editing, a little bit of everything. You can find out all about me and what I do on my Twitter, which is right below my face. And as I mentioned, viewer actions, ways that you can actually interact with the story and the show yourselves. So there's a number of ways that you can do so. One of the easiest ways to do that is through the tweet of the game, which you can find there in chat. So for every 5 interactions, that's likes, retweets, and comments,
We just hit 5.
Perfect. We'll give a D4 to the cast and to the game master, which in Monster of the Week is pretty big, a pretty big number because everything is based on D6 rolls rather than D20. So especially potent for this particular game. In addition, you can also use guild coins, which are the Twitch channel points. You'll find those right below your Twitch chat box, a little round rainbow-looking token icon. There's a lot of different things that you can do there that are pretty fun. Feel free to check those out. And then finally, if you want to help out the channel monetarily, there's different donations that you can do. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but some of them that may not be. The Switch, if somebody throws out a switch on somebody else, then whatever action word they were about to use has to be changed. Now, the player that it's being used upon has the option to change it to whatever they want to change it to, but it cannot be a direct synonym. So it can kind of derail action plans a good bit, and it's really funny. The borrowed success allows a player to automatically succeed, but for every roll thereafter, I will make a roll on a d20, and if it comes up 15, then they lose that success. So it's a bit of a gamble. At the end of the session, it's done, so you may lose a success later, or you might not. You never really know, which makes it pretty fun. And then finally, for the $15 and $20, the Phoenix Astra is basically a safety net. It allows a character to come back to 1 HP if they would otherwise die or go unconscious. And then the $15 one, swap 2 players for 5 minutes. You can swap out 2 players to play each other's roles for 5 minutes, which is pretty entertaining. And that includes the game master, so you could put somebody else in the hot seat if you wanted to for 5 minutes. It's pretty chaotic, and I love it. So definitely feel free to throw that in there if you would like. With all of that being said, we're going to jump into the game. So last week, or the week before last, rather, because we did a rerun last week. But the last game, you had all pretty much managed to wipe out this this camp of bandits. And by camp, I don't really mean like tents and things like that. It's more of a not quite a fortress, but not quite a helpless situation either. There's sheet metal fences and sheet metal buildings. It was a little difficult to get into, but as I recall, you managed to drug them with these weird pot brownies on steroids that you made on the car engine and in the sun. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened to make those come to fruition, and basically most of them killed each other off in a weird drug-induced hallucination fit. But now somebody's come bursting out of the big bunker that's sort of built into the mountain that this little fortress was built against. Big, huge guy with like basically some sort of minigun in one hand and a big tower shield in the other. The tower shield's made out of basically like a bulkhead, if you will. So very thick metal, all one piece. And he looks pretty armored up, like he's going to be pretty tough to hit or deal with. And he came out just with a roar going, "What the hell's going on here?" And seems to be ready to shoot you all. And unfortunately, Paige is without their magic slinging abilities, so this is going to get really interesting. Is there anything that you want to do before we are basically going into combat? Gwen, you're muted.
Can you describe this individual's armor again?
Yeah. Picture like a samurai style armor made out of scrap metal. But all the scrap metal's like at least an inch thick. Um, it's pretty heavy. A lot of it is sort of either red or rusted to a rust red color. Um, and the helmet is sort of like a welder's helmet.
Okay. Does it look like there's any gaps in the armor, like at the bottom? Or is it like snug?
It looks like it's been made pretty well for considering what it's made out of. But you could potentially roll sharp if you wanted to take a bit of time to examine it before you do anything else, or if you have any applicable moves for your playbook. Feel free to.
No, not quite for that. I will later, but I'm just gonna take a quick sharp look
Okay.
and see how things are. Well, I think that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a success.
That's a 10, yeah.
So full success, which is fantastic. And with that, so as you mentioned, you were looking for gaps in the bottom. So rather than flinch or duck for cover or anything like that, you hold your ground, and you're able to sort of stare at this, and you can see that there is a bit of a gap in the leg armor where it meets his sort of armored boots. On the back of the leg, you can kind of see where there's like some, not necessarily Velcro strips, but something similar to that, maybe like a leather band with some snaps or something like that on the back of the calf.
Okay.
Where you might be able to have better luck focusing fire there if you can get him to turn around or something like that.
Righto.
Wesley, what are you doing as this guy is clearly spoiling for a fight?
Right. I guess two questions. Would this be a premonition time, or are we still kind of rolling from the last mystery? Because I know I got a bit.
Yeah. I'll let you do premonition if you'd like. If you want to try it.
Sure. I'll roll that. And then my second question is going to be how am I feeling about those brownies I ate last time? Am I still feeling those? Do I still have
that's
my little
right.
brownie man on my shoulder?
You
absolutely gingerbread man.
Yes, you absolutely do.
Awesome.
Currently, it's playing to your darker instincts and going, yeah, shoot him! This is gonna be fun. With an 11, so with your premonitions on the spooky, it's you see something that would go wrong. Is that right?
I get a detailed vision of something bad that is yet to happen, and since I rolled over a 10, I get one forward to prevent it coming true.
Perfect. So with your premonition, you see, we're gonna do this. You see a potential future of one person in your party, and as you're sort of looking at this vision, the person in the party seems to change. So it keeps fluctuating back and forth between Beth, Merc, and Paige. So one of your party members is going to instinctively react to an attack from the big bad, and it's not going to be the attack they're expecting. You watch as the big bad boss guy unleashes a sort of secret fire mode on his big minigun, which fires a rocket at them.
Shit.
And they take a whole lot of damage. So yeah, now you know that this guy's got at least one trick up his sleeve, and might be looking for a party member that's a little bit scared or reacting in a way that would make them vulnerable to a rocket attack.
Got it.
Also, we just got a message from a patron, namely Gwen, using the rest of their credit for March to give you all 5d6.
Nice.
Because we're going to need it.
So that's going to put you all at 7d6, because I also noticed that Michael upgraded a d4 for you all.
Oh wow.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes. Thanks.
This is gonna be
So, as a cast, you're at 1d4, 7d6, and that's it. And then I've got 3d4, and that's it, to mess with you.
okay. Paige.
I'm sure it'll be plenty.
So awesome. And then with that, Paige, what are you doing as you're about to go into this combat? Make that 8d6. Thanks, Second Orlax.
Hiding?
Okay. You quickly glance around. There's not a whole lot around you. There's some dead bodies. There's maybe one scrap metal line of fence that you could duck behind. Just describe for us. There's also the buildings. You could try to make a run for it. Over to there and try to duck into one of those. So describe for us kind of what you're thinking of trying to do.
Wait. I missed that last part. What?
So some options that you have readily available to you that you can see. You could use dead bodies that are very close by to try to shield yourself. There's a thin sheet metal fence, little piece of it, maybe 8 feet long, that's within easy diving distance. And then you could also try to run into one of those buildings that are sort of encircling where you are. But that's a little bit further to go there.
Yeah, I'm going to hide behind a dead body.
Okay. So describe for us how you do that. There is...
Is there a pile of them?
Let's find out. So let's say there are 1d8 bodies close by. There is one body close by. Fortunately for you, though, he's a biggin. So think like, to compare it to Borderlands, think like Brick. Somebody that size. They're very, very heavy, but they are close by. You can try to dive under there and do that. It's going to be a tough roll because they are heavy, to kind of position them in such a way that you're most protected.
I'm absolutely going to use a d6 for this.
All right, that'll put you at 7d6 now.
Because yeah, my tough is +0, so it's whatever the dice roll. So that's 9.
9 total?
Yes, a 5, a 3, and a 1.
Okay, so mixed success. You do manage to get the building. The guy is the size of a building, practically. You get the big guy into a position where you feel like you're pretty well protected. Unfortunately, your hand slips on some blood, and now the guy is sort of just on top of you. So you don't take any harm, but you do have this very heavy ex-person, laying on top of you now, and it might make moving a little bit difficult. So that's sort of your, we're going to call that the reaction round. And just for
I
the
guess
sake
better
of...
than nothing.
Yeah. There's another thing that happens, but I will reveal that in a minute. So for the sake of ease, we're just going to go in sort of a clockwise order, starting with Wesley. So it'll be Wesley, Merc, Paige, Beth, and then the big bad. So Wesley, let's start with you. You've had time to react. Now you have your main sort of action turn. This guy's standing there, shield pulled up, in a very defensive posture.
So it's just to clarify again, we've got like big tower shield on one arm, and other arm is holding this big minigun type weapon that can also apparently shoot rockets.
Correct. And you're the only one that knows that, unless you yell that out to your friends.
Is the minigun attached? Does it look like he's holding it, or is it attached to the armor? Like built in, like a almost.
You could try to take a moment to look a little closer at it.
I think instead of looking, I'm just gonna rush and hope that I can just start chopping at that.
All right.
Because it's let me see. So it's I'll start just running at him with my chainsaw and shout over my if I noticed Paige taking cover, I'll say like he's got a rocket launcher, and cover's not gonna help. And I'm just charging at him with my chainsaw, trying to see if I can like separate him from his weapon.
Okay.
Groovy.
Yeah, go ahead and give that a shot. Are you gonna use your big whammy, or are you just gonna kick some ass?
Can I big whammy with that? I wasn't sure. It's usually usually when I big whammy, I just kind of like make it like an attack where I'm just using my abilities. Typically, like usually when I've been using the chainsaw and stuff like that, I've been doing the other thing, just tough. I didn't know if I had an option. So.
For this particular fight, I'll give you the option.
Sure. Let's.
Because it is technically a sort of magic chainsaw.
Sure. All right. Let's roll with weird.
Groovy.
Okay, there we go.
13. Holy cow. So yeah, you do a fantastic job of attacking this minigun. You are able to get him to drop it, though your chainsaw doesn't seem to break through the armor. He doesn't seem to take any harm, but he does drop the minigun for the moment, and he takes a swing at you with his shield to try to push you off, and you're able to sort of duck out of the way just in time to not get hit by it.
And you all see me just yelling at my shoulder, like, "Go for the eyes, Brownie! Go for his eyes!"
And your little Brownie person is like, "Yay, eyeballs!"
Yeah.
Merc, what do you do?
I'm gonna change into one of my my less dangerous forms. I'm going to for the first time, I'm gonna take a deep breath and change into what appears to be a dire mosquito. And I'm going to try to fly into the cracks of his armor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird for that.
Can do. Rolling weird.
Ecuador Lex, that's great.
3. 7.
Oh no.
It's okay.
7.
It's okay, it's a 7. 7, yeah.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing everybody roll with their character sheets. So it's like, no, 4. Okay, 7. So still partial success.
Still partial success. Yeah.
Okay. Describe for me how you're trying to get into the armor.
Have you seen a film known by the scholars of our generation known as Evolution?
It's been a very long time, but I have seen it.
There's
I
a
have
section
not.
where a dire mosquito-looking creature uses its very sharp nose to cut a hole in their hazmat suits and then climbs in. So
Okay.
I'm going to that weak spot that I saw earlier and just going to make a small incision and try to climb into his armor.
Okay. We'll do this then. You're able to get into sort of slip underneath one of those straps that's holding his shin guard in place.
Mhm.
But in doing so, you kind of get squished a little bit. So
Okay.
you're sort of pinned underneath that strap. You're gonna have to take some effort to get out of it. But you don't take any harm. You're just kind of stuck there for the moment until you can get out of the situation.
Sure, no problem.
But you are underneath his armor.
Excellent.
Paige, as fortune would have it, just so happens this body that you're currently being sort of crushed by, you notice that there's a revolver in a holster on his hip,
Yay!
and it's loaded. We'll call this a 2 harm.
Close,
close.
reload lab. I've got it on my character sheet.
Sure, it's almost as if yeah, you had that information right in front of you. Yeah, so just basic revolver. God, Tuki don't work. Oh my god. Okay, so you've got the revolver. What else do you want to do?
I'm going to worm my way out from under the body, and I guess join my friends closer to the action, and hopefully not die.
Okay. In that
But probably
case,
die.
in that case, it's gonna take some effort to get out from underneath this very heavy body. So I'm actually gonna have you. Yeah, let's do tough for this one still. I was gonna say act under pressure, but you're not being shot at just yet. So still roll
It's
tough
only
to sort
the
of
pressure of a dead body.
yeah.
Well, that's a 4.
Total?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Experience.
It's definitely an experience, all right. So as you're trying to claw your way out from under this dead body, you somehow manage to get what is describe your current apparel again, by the way.
It's goggles and overalls and uh what do they call the things without sleeves?
Vest,
Thing that Zan is wearing.
tank
like
top,
a slingshot
vest.
tee, like a tank
Yeah.
top or a slingshot tee.
That kind of shirt. Yeah,
Okay.
Under the overalls.
Perfect. Okay, so your overalls, the little part that little sort of what's it called?
The little
The button
Button.
rivet thing gets somehow stuck on this dead body's belt, and so try as you might to get out from under it, your clothing is tangled up in this thing's clothing, and you're unable to pull yourself out from under there at the moment. It's going to take some concerted effort to remove yourself from this situation. With that, we're going to move on, and you're all going to hear a loud boom. And let's find out what that boom means. Okay. So you hear a loud boom followed by a son of a bitch coming from one of the towers behind you. as Beth has tried their darndest to shoot this thing, and as their awful luck would have it, their sniper rifle has backfired
Yet again.
yet again, inflicting 1 harm.
Are you sure you're not going to use a D6 for that? Because there's plenty.
I'm sure.
The cast has plenty. Got this prep cast.
Inflicting 1 harm, and that's pretty much going to be their turn. They're going to have to use one of their other sniper rifles the next turn. Wesley. Oh no, wait. That's back to me. To the big bad guy. Big bad guy's angry. So he's most concerned with you at the moment, Wesley. And so he's going to basically bull rush you with the shield. To try to shove you out of the way. So let me have you roll. Well, I guess let's start with how do you want to get out of this situation? Put it that way first, because he's charging you with this shield and coming fast.
I think I might just try and tank this because I want it's my goal running up to him and like trying to get in his face was to keep his attention on me. But so I think I'm just gonna, knowing that I've got my invincible move where I've got like 2 armor added onto whatever I'm gonna take. I think I'm just gonna do the opposite of when I go incorporeal and just try and molecularly make myself denser to try and like take some of this hit as it's coming.
Okay. All right. Well, you are able to do so. Excuse me. And yeah, he just bulldozes forward, rams right into you, and it deals 2 harm. However, it also is going to knock you back into one of the buildings. So you sort of fall through the open doorway and land on your butt on a pile of trash. And with that, he's going to turn around and go back for his minigun. And that's going to be your turn, Wesley.
Does that 2 harm I took, is that through armor or is that taking
that's
my
just
armor?
that's just straight damage. So if you have armor, then it'll reduce it.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'll kind of brush myself off. Is that it? That didn't hurt at all. And it's I wonder, do I think I can make it back to his minigun before he can? 'Cause I'd like to try and do that.
You can certainly try. He doesn't seem to be a very fast mover, but he does have quite a bit of head start on you.
I guess, I mean, he's running on second thought, he's running away from me at this point. I'm gonna run up behind him and see if I can't chainsaw towards those legs.
Okay. Zan, your face right now.
I'm not worried at all.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
you're
worried at all.
Is that the part of the armor you went into? Is that information I should be aware of?
I mean, I don't think you would be aware of it. Go ahead.
Shit, sorry.
Yep. Go ahead and describe what you're doing here.
I'm just maniac chasing behind him, like revving a chainsaw, and it's as I get close and catch up behind him with his attention focused at the gun, I'm just gonna try and sweep the legs. This chainsaw.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and roll either big whammy or kick some ass.
Hopefully not hitting my dire mosquito friend, who I now realize is in that area. Can I add a D6 to that to not kill Merc?
Sure. Go ahead and roll your d6.
Come on, roll 2 or more.
So that's going to put you at 66 available now. It only put you at a 9.
No.
Oh, yeah, you don't have anything else that you can use. So, yep, it's a 9. So, as you sweep across the legs, you actually do manage to do a little damage. There is a little bit of blood that pops out. And how much harm does your chainsaw do?
I believe it is 3.
3. Okay. He's gonna take 2 harm. Unfortunately, Merc, in your little dire mosquito form, you're squished up against this guy's sort of like a thick canvas flight suit type material and the strap of the armor. You hear getting closer and closer. Do you try to get out from under there, or are you gonna stay put?
I have a plan. The plan involves me staying inside the armor, so I'm just gonna have to take it.
All right, that's gonna be 2 harm to you as well.
Alrighty.
Fortunately, you have some benefit of the little bit of armor there, so it reduced it by 1, so you just have 2 harm.
Alrighty. It's cool. I've got Immortal to cover one of the remaining 2, so I'm only coming out of there with 1 harm. Could be worse.
Yeah, that's in the grand scheme of things, it's not too terrible. And it's gonna be your turn next.
Cool. I'm gonna try to squiggly squaggly my way up his armor.
Okay.
Don't entirely know what the role for that would be, but
So you're trying to, in mosquito form, you're trying to pull yourself up underneath these armor plates.
yep.
Okay. Let's call that tough.
Alrighty. That's gonna be
Actually, no. Sorry. You just got hit with a chainsaw and you're a mosquito. I'm gonna say act under pressure for this one.
all right. Can do. Can do. So let's see. Act under pressure. Which is pressure is cool. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll do fine with this. I'm only rolling at -1. All right.
Oh.
Hochi mochi
Oh.
achi mama.
Oh.
Doggy. Oh.
So in your wiggling and squiggling, you attract unwanted attention. And
Okay.
so since this guy still got one hand free, he's gonna be like, "Ugh, what is that?" and reach around and slap the back of his armor.
Okay.
You probably actually not the back. You're probably like the back of his thigh. That's probably about where you got to. And it's gonna deal 3 harm.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's just 2 harm. That's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, you are definitely kind of squished. Yeah, not a great situation. Paige, you are still tangled up with dead not Brick here.
Yeah, I'm going to try once again. Roll tough, I guess.
Okay. How exactly are you trying to get out of this?
Grab the basically undo the thing and just wiggle out of the overalls.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because
In that case,
Living is more important than dignity.
Okay, in that case, just do act under pressure.
So act under pressure is
Since you're basically just trying to undress the tangled part rather than pull free.
what would that be? Cool. I think.
Yes, by default it's cool.
So that's 7.
7. Okay. So partial success under act under pressure. So we're gonna say that Paige, you do manage to get out of the overalls and remove yourself from being all tangled up. Unfortunately, you also rip other clothing as well. So your enchanted clothing perk right now, until you're able to get those overalls back, is not going to be activated for you.
Yikes.
And you're currently standing up in plain view now,
Yeah.
as our big bad turns back around to look at everybody.
Well, he's not looking at me, at least.
It's true. It's true.
Safe.
And yeah, the tentacles are showing.
Yeah.
That's Beth's turn. So Beth is gonna swap guns and try to shoot again. The 9, and I will use a D4. I'm gonna be well, no, I should probably use those as the enemies, not as your other PC
No, you can
characters.
definitely use those as the enemy, as the PC. It's fine.
Well, I guess I'll put it this way. Do you all want Beth to use a D6 to make that a full success?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So that'll put you at 5d6. So just for kicks and giggles, because it doesn't really matter, but it makes it a 15. So with a 15 for Beth, you hear another shot ring out, whatever, and manages to hit this thing right between the little iron bar slat things on his helmet, and inflicts a couple of harm. And so everybody except for Merc, you hear the shot and you see this guy's head just sort of jerk back all of a sudden. And then he just sort of goes, "Ow!" as he pulls his head back forward. And he starts sort of looking around quite a bit. That's gonna be his turn now.
Wow, 9 plus 6 is 15. Wow.
So he picks his gun back up, and Wesley, he's looking at you, and then looking at Paige, and then looking at you, and then looking at Paige.
Paige is like, don't look at me.
I'm doing everything I can to keep his eyes on me. I'm trying.
Just
And,
like casually winking at him and licking your lip, making sure his gaze lingers on you just a second longer.
Yeah. And yeah, Wesley, you definitely look like a little bit of a bigger threat. And you see his hand moving to a particular part of that minigun that you have sort of a deja vu moment about, and realize he's getting ready to use a rocket attack. Because you've managed to keep his attention on you so much, that's now coming at you. How do you want to try to avoid this? Or I suppose not avoid it if you really want.
Can I can I try and roll weird with my incorporeal move? See if I can't let it go through me.
Sure, you could try to do that. You just basically want to hold your ground, but go incorporeal so that it goes right through you.
I'd like to try.
Okay.
Can I, so that with the premonition that I did, where I get to take a forward to prevent somebody else from getting shot with the rocket launcher, would this fall under there?
Yeah, I'll let it apply.
11.
Nice. So here's how the rocket attack sort of works. There's a little sort of flap on the side of the minigun that opens up, and there's a rocket there, and it goes as it fires at you, and you're able to go incorporeal, so it doesn't hit you. But this guy's a little smarter than he looks and was aiming at your feet. So it does detonate on the ground right below you, but because you got a full success, you instinctively stay incorporeal long enough that you don't get hit with any of the shrapnel or anything like that. Though when you come back to being corporeal, you're on somewhat uneven ground. You maybe have to take a couple of steps to balance yourself out, but otherwise you're fine. And now it's going to be your turn.
When I chainsawed in there last time, did I hear any sounds that would indicate I was hitting something besides him?
I think mosquitoes are pretty quiet, so
That's fair.
I'm gonna say no.
But Beth shot him in the head, right?
She did.
What I want to do, I want to charge at him, but I want to drop the chainsaw. I just want to kind of like charging punch up to him with my big whammy power, and I want to see if I can't like clock the helmet off of him to give her more like open access to his facey bits.
Okay. You can certainly try.
Because Big Whammy ignores armor, so I'm hoping that helps. Maybe not. 10.
So with a 10, yeah, you hit with your weird, spooky fist attack. And what seems to happen as you're trying to knock his helmet off doesn't really have quite that effect on it. Seems like the armor is pretty well strapped down to where that would be impossible. But your attack does ignore armor, and so your fist passes through the armor and clocks him in the chin. And how much harm does that attack normally do?
I think it is 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore.
Okay, so he takes 1 harm. You definitely feel like you did a bit of damage, and you're able to obviously pull your hand back without it being stuck in the helmet.
Yeah, as I suddenly look and I'm like in front of this giant armored man.
Yeah. Okay. Merc, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, well, I'm a little squished. Just a little squished. But I've got a long run strategy that I got faith in. So I'm gonna try to squiggle on up that backside if I can.
Okay. Let's act under pressure again to quickly get out of squishing range.
Okay. Hey.
So it's an 8?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to sort of squiggle up a little bit further. Here, we'll just put it this way: you're in prime position to kick some ass. if you know what I mean.
Or kiss some ass.
I wouldn't recommend that, but yes, you technically could.
Mosquito.
So yeah, you managed to get up there, but yeah, you're still attracting unwanted attention, so he's aware of where you're at, though he doesn't reach back to try to squish you this time.
Small blessings. Small
Yeah.
blessings.
Um,
Then I guess that's all that I can do this turn. Then I'll end it there.
okay. Yeah, it takes a good bit of effort. It's even for a mosquito, it's tight quarters in there. Then Paige, you are overallless.
Yeah, I'm
With a
gonna get my
revolver.
overalls, and I'm gonna use D6 in order to get them. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that 100-bit cheer, Mrs. G. Silver. Much appreciated.
Yikes.
Uh-oh. You said you used a
So-
D6?
Yeah, that's only an 8 total.
Okay. Mixed success. Describe for me what you're trying to do.
Trying
In detail.
Trying to just pull them out from under the body.
Okay,
Just-
so
Just tugging
So
on them.
you were just rolling tough to sort of yank it
Yeah.
out of the way. Okay, what was your roll again?
8.
8. So mixed success. You do manage to pull them
I'm
out of
hoping-
there.
I'm hoping to at least get the bottom part.
Yeah. Well, you do end up ripping one of the straps on the overalls. So you've only got one functioning strap on the overalls now. And you also managed to bring the big corpse's belt with the one that's functioning. So you do have this long belt just dangling off your overalls. But with your grunting and pulling and whatnot, you do manage to draw some attention. So we'll see what happens. But you have your overalls, and you're able to
Yay!
quickly put them back on if you would like.
Yes, I will.
All right. Beth's turn. Let's see what Beth is able to do. Having to just quickly familiarize myself with the professional playbook. Okay. Yeah, I think they're just gonna take another shot with the sniper rifle. And that is an 8 total. Okay. So mixed success. There we go. So with a mixed success, yeah, she does manage to hit, but it sort of ricochets off of one of those little armored bars that are coming down over the view piece. So it doesn't do any damage, but it is attracting some attention as well, generating some threat, if you will. With that, it's going to be the big bad guy's turn. Wesley, you've managed to tick him off. Beth, he's not really able to see very well, so his attention's not really drawn to that area just yet. But Paige, you were just such a tempting target. And Wesley, this guy's just like, I can't get rid of this guy just yet. So, maybe if I got an easy win, I'd get my confidence back, and maybe I could deal with this other guy. So he's gonna turn his attention to you. And he's gonna turn on the minigun. So there's bullets flying your way. What do you do? don't think the cat will save you.
Can always hope. Can always hope.
So, what do you do, Paige? Gwen?
Huh? Oh, it's my
There's
turn?
there's bullets flying at you.
Oh.
The big
Oh,
guy's shooting at you.
I'm going to just dodge out of the way. Of course.
Okay, so you're gonna try to dodge out of the way of the minigun fire. Go ahead and roll act under pressure then.
Good thing miniguns only ever shoot one bullet. They lucked
Yeah.
up that time.
Oh, that's a 10
Nice. Okay.
total.
10 total, so that's a full success. So how would you like to dodge out of the way?
I'm just going to jump.
To just jump to the side? Okay.
Yeah.
So you could do that any way you want. All right, so you just jump out of the way. Bullets go whizzing past you and put a few holes in the fence behind you. And the guy's just gonna sort of growl in anger, and turn his attention back to Wesley. But Wesley, it's gonna be your turn to do something.
So it's now that I'm kind of up close in like fisting or not, jeez, fist range fighting.
That was a little bit of a Freudian slip there, wasn't it?
Well,
What? I missed that.
it's cool.
You're better for it. You're better for it, Gwen. You're better for it.
Now that I'm in melee range is the right choice of words.
Yeah.
What I'd like to try and do is see if I
Don't
can.
worry,
I'm glad I missed that.
Yeah, don't worry about
You're
it.
not in You're not in fisting range, but I'm in fisting range. Well, it's all worked out.
No, thank you.
Oh goodness.
Sorry. I'd like to try and see if I can't kick his legs out and then see if he kind of keels over because I'd like to try and then like elbow down onto his back. I'd like to try and knock him over because I feel like he's pretty heavy, and if I could get him on the ground, I feel like he'd have a hard time getting up.
Okay. He is currently facing you. So are you just trying to like I guess what do you mean by kick his legs out?
Like I think I'm gonna try and slide around to one side, and kick right to the knee, and see if I can't get him to lean forward, and then kind of go for his back if that works.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Roll. We're gonna call this one tough.
Okay. Yeah.
So 7.
I don't know. What do y'all think? D6.
Yeah, I think this is important.
Okay.
Definitely more important than things I've used this D6 for.
Okay, I'll do one.
All right. That's gonna
I
put
don't
you
know
down
if they
to
carry over
3.
to our new characters anyway.
That's 3d6.
Every
Oh
D6.
no.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
All right. So
I just won't touch that pile anymore. They're no good for me.
They're always a 1.
so good news, bad news situation here.
Sure.
You do manage to get to the side of him, and you're able to kick his knee, and that does get him down on one knee. However,
He's not gonna propose to you.
he's not going to propose. No, though. In doing so, you've gotten a little off balance, and he didn't go down quite the way that you thought he was going to, and you feel something poking your ribs, and you look down to see it's the barrel of the gun. You're in a tough situation that might come back to bite you.
Sure.
But he is down on one knee. But you don't quite have the range at the moment to hit him in the back.
So with him being down on one knee, what does that do to my situation?
That's a good question. I imagine the already cramped quarters are just a little bit more cramped. Since there's now more, canvas covered fleshy bits that are taking up the space up against that armor plate.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little bit more cramped, a little bit more awkward. But otherwise, you're okay. It doesn't really affect you too bad.
All right. Uh, Cast vote. How crass should I get with this?
Oh no.
I mean, I entirely assumed you were positioning yourself for one reason.
I don't have an opinion
All right. Well,
I'm
because
assuming
it
you're
usually
gonna
goes over my head anyway.
I'm assuming you're trying to mosquito bite his butt.
maybe something a little bit more invasive.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm worried about his health. I heard him complaining about problems urinating, and I feel like it might be time for his yearly prostate exam.
Okay. How to put this without getting into too many
Act under
details?
pressure. Act under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. We'll call it that.
I mean, it could be charm, but I think might be the wrong situation for that.
Wrong situation for charm for sure. Let me put it this way: Are you trying to go through
Yes.
going through the
Yes.
skin
Yes.
or through a particular orifice? Are you trying to stab or gain entry?
I'm trying to go down the water slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and act under pressure.
Yep. This might be one of those good times for
Give this guy some pressure.
a chat comfort message.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh my god!
Oh snap! There's no saving that. There's no saving that.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oof. 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 I'm guessing he farted.
Oh my god, no.
Oh.
So, good news, bad news situation here. His hand is occupied, so he doesn't reach back and slap at whatever is making certain tender areas uncomfortable. However,
Tempting intimacy, yeah.
he's got some pretty strong what are they called? Glutes, the butt muscles. And it's gonna do the old squeeze. And you unfortunately are between those two fleshy bits, and it's gonna do 3 harm. Because you are a mosquito in a very precarious spot.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool.
How are you doing
yeah.
health-wise?
I've had better days, morally, purity-wise, health-wise, mental-wise. I've had a lot better days. This is
On every available matrix. How to judge this.
yeah. This is one of the low days. Yeah. Yeah.
Might I recommend perhaps pursuing a different strategy?
I think I'm just gonna I'm going to deploy my in-game strategy earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for next turn though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gwen, you're still in a precarious situation, but fortunately, the
He's
big
on
bad
my
is
knee.
Yeah. Fortunately, I was going to say the big bad is more preoccupied with the gun sticking into Wesley and trying to ward off over amorous mosquitoes.
Yeah. Just gonna run up and shoot him.
Okay, so you run up. How do you try to shoot him exactly?
With the revolver.
Okay. Are you just aiming for center mass or?
I'm aiming for. Someone said the eyes. I heard eyes.
The resolvers. Okay. So you're gonna try to shoot between the little slats on his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That should be plus sharp instead of tough.
Nope. It is kick some ass. It is gonna be tough. In more ways than one.
Yeah, it is. Well, here goes nothing. I've got like a 25% chance of success, so. Ooh, no, that's a 6. That's more experience.
6.
So the gun backfires.
You could use a d6 if you would like. It's still a chance of a full success with an extra d6.
I mean, I will use a d. I also want the experience.
That's the trade-off. It's tricky.
I mean, experience doesn't matter if we don't live through this fight.
You're right.
You're doing well.
So that's 6 on the d6.
Okay,
So
awesome.
6 plus 6 is 12.
All right. What was the damage on the revolver?
2 harm,
Okay.
but it's close, and I have to reload after using it.
Okay. Well, you still do some damage, and you do hear some yelling from inside the helmet. What is it with these people and trying to hit my eye? And it's gonna be Beth's turn. Beth is going to. Let's see. Take up to. Okay. We're gonna do a thing. So Beth does an act under pressure and succeeds with flying colors.
14. Wow.
Fabulous. So Beth, being in a good sniper position, noticing Wesley that you are in some grave danger, manages to shoot the hand that was holding the minigun. And it's pretty well armored, so he doesn't take any damage, but it does cause him to let go. And his hand sort of flings out of the way, throwing him off balance a little bit. But it takes you out of immediate danger of being, shot. With that, it's going to be the big bad's turn. He's getting really, really annoyed. And is going to think of how I want him to do this.
Please don't fart. Please don't fart. Please don't fart.
He's gonna try to do sort of a double attack type deal. So he's swinging with his shield at you, Wesley, as he's getting ready to basically just sit hard. So, Wesley, there's now a tower shield coming your way. How do you want to avoid?
By the way, I
damage
still
from
have
that?
that bullet shield that does one armor against bullets.
Hey, there you go.
I think if I'm kind of off balance and sort of on the ground, I think, and I see this shield kind of swinging in my direction, I may try and like go flat to the ground and see if I can't roll out of the way.
Okay. Go ahead and act under pressure.
That's a cool roll, right?
It is. It's an 8. Okay.
All these partial successes tonight.
That's not bad. So you do manage to roll out of the way. You look kind of goofy doing it. It's more like if you've seen Princess Bride, it's like Wesley rolling down the hill. But you managed to get out of the way of danger. You're just sort of on your butt, and a little dusty. Merc, you feel centers of gravity shifting and things happening. You can guess as to what this guy's trying to do. Is there anything that you want to do to try to not get crushed under his butt? Quick reminder, you do have luck that you can spend.
I do, yeah. I think that I'm
This is how a god dies, with a thunderous ass clap of applause. Oh my god.
There's the raid cry for today. Yeah, I think now is the time to pull the strategy. It is at this moment that I will change my shape into a boner fart.
And the position you're in makes that hilarious as well.
Okay. This is gonna be very interesting. Let's have you roll weird for this.
Because this is definitely weird and awkward for all involved.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's a 5.
Use D6. Use D6.
There are-
Yeah, I'm
three
gonna
D6
use a
available.
D6. I'm gonna use a D6 on that one.
I'm just
Oh, are you kidding me?
What?
Are you
Oh
kidding me?
no!
What?
Oh,
They're
this
always
is
a
how a
one.
god. This is how a god dies.
They're always a one. How are they always a one?
Oh my goodness.
you've got luck. I think I'm the only one that's been burning through that like crazy.
Yeah, you've been using it like candy.
No.
So I'm thinking about how much damage that you've taken already, even accounting for armor and things like that. And I'm just gonna say, hey, Zan, do you want to use a luck? As I'm nodding my head up and down.
Yeah. I think I do want to use the luck actually.
Awesome. So you succeed, miraculously not taking damage as you burst out of this guy's butt area as a giant wild ape type creature, aka the boner fart. And you basically rip the entire back half of his armor off. So he's now essentially unarmored from the waist down, with the exception of his boots.
Great.
And we're going to say that, seeing as you used luck, and that probably would have been a rather large amount of force, he sort of face plants as well.
As he coughs up blood.
Gwen.
I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay, so you're going to reload.
Even closer. Oh wait, I have to reload. That means that takes. Oh wait,
Wait, was
wait.
it? Was
Don't
that
revolvers
Manson
have
or
6
did that
shots
get there?
before I have to reload?
Usually, that's why I was a little confused when you said it had the reload
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
But yeah, if
it's
it's
a tag on the gun. Okay.
oh, okay. Yeah, you'll have to reload after 6 shots. You've got another shot.
Okay. So I'm gonna move even closer.
Okay, point blank range.
So that's an 8.
8
Don't
total.
shoot the boner fart. Don't shoot the boner fart.
So with an 8, you go to shoot, but oddly, you hit it in just the right spot. It ricochets off an armor plate and hits the boner fart right in the face. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna use a D6. I'm gonna use a D6 just because
Okay.
it's important. That's a 4. So
Okay.
that's 12 total. Again.
Full success. So you're whereabouts are you shooting this guy who's having a very, very bad day at the moment?
Around the other knee. The other knee. Just kneecap him.
Okay.
The knee that's not kneeling.
Shooting for the leg.
And as I do this, I'm gonna say kneel.
Wow.
Well, he's already laying on his belly, isn't he?
Yeah. How much damage does the revolver do again? 2?
2.
Okay. So you do some damage. Definitely seems to hurt this guy quite a bit. And now that there's a bullet hole in the fabric of this guy's sort of under flight suit, you and Merc, maybe Beth, Wesley, you're still on your butt, so you don't notice. But the rest of them notice some weird dark purple lines running along the skin of this guy
He
through the hole in his glowing lines along
he
his skin.
pooped.
No, he didn't poop. It's gonna be Beth's turn. Let's see. How many shots was that for Beth?
Out of that gun, I think it was 2.
Okay. We're gonna shoot again. A 9. It's gonna be a partial success. So, aiming for the largest unarmored target. Beth is aiming for the guy's butt, but it's more of a grazing blow, so it doesn't do quite as much harm as it would normally, since it's just a partial success. So still gonna do some damage. Yeah. Guy has definitely seen better days. He's angry. So he grabs that chain gun and rolls over. And let's see.
Bring it on.
How do I want to do this? Zan, you're the most injured. Evens or odds?
Odds. I like to think I'm an odd fellow.
Okay, it's odds. So, and the guy's gonna target Paige.
Aha!
Gwen,
Mhm.
you're standing very close. This guy
yeah.
has rolled over. You now have a minigun with a little flap that has come down off of it. You're staring directly at a rocket that's about to shoot at your face. Oh, center mass, but it looks like it's coming towards your face. What do you do?
I want to move away from the rocket, move to the side, and cut.
Okay, so you're gonna try to sidestep.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Okay, let's
Going to use
act
a
under.
lot.
Ah, okay. Okay, you use a luck and are able to sidestep as the rocket goes whooshing past your face, off into the air harmlessly.
Cause yeah, I'm not messing around right now.
And Wesley, it'll be your turn. The guy's currently lying on his back, with the minigun at the ready, but he's still pretty precarious compared to what he was earlier.
So he's laying on his back, so all the exposed bits are kind of covered up then.
Yeah, he's trying to. You'll pardon the wordplay. He's literally trying to cover his ass.
Can the grates on his face mask, how big are those?
About finger length across. So like the fact that Beth was shooting between those was really impressive.
Perfect. I was hoping you'd say finger length because I'd like to see if I can't like reach in and like yank. See if I can't like reach in, ghosty power up my hand, and yank the mask off of his face.
Okay. Potentially yes. I would say you'd have better odds not ghost handing your hand.
Okay.
Just as a free advice there.
Okay. So just trying to like use tough to pull it off then?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that. 10.
Nice. 10, so full success. So yeah, you reach in there and you grab those little slats or whatever, and you pull, and at first it doesn't come off right away, but you give it some extra oomph and pull as hard as you can, and you hear fabric ripping as you pull it off, and you notice that there's some straps that sort of attach it to the rest of the armor that you've managed to rip off. And this guy's got like one glowing purple eye, another eye that is just a bloody spot, and yeah, all of his skin is glowing purple, kind of like yours, Wesley, and Merc both, a bit like the two of you. Definitely looks like he was experimented on or exposed to a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, he doesn't look too happy or healthy. With that, it's going to go on to Merc again.
Fantastic. So I can see his face, right? I can
Yeah.
see like the weird Liridian glow and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I feel like I've already had my fair share of Rocky Mountain oysters, so I'm going to go for his eye. And I'm going to, in my boner fart form, just try to like take a chunk out of the side of his face, maybe suck that eyeball out, just like escargot.
Oh.
Well, I guess in this case it would be escargon.
Oh, so bad.
Oh gosh, yes.
All right, go ahead and roll. I guess tough for that one.
Tough coming right up. Hey! Luck be a lady tonight.
Nice. So it's full success. You succeed in doing what you tried to do, and in so doing, have killed him.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So
Just,
Yikes.
take a large chunk out of his skull and kind of slurp and like crunch, and I think you can see
Paige
the
is now more scared of Merc than the person they were fighting.
I think as Merc is crunching, you can see some of the purple vapors coming up, and you can see some of Merc's injuries closing slightly. thanks to that life drain ability, but
Slightly-
he's still very hurt.
Slightly more scared of Merc than the person
Yeah.
that you were fighting.
Merc's just having fun. Takes
all right.
me down to 4.
So you've defeated this thing and survived. None of you died, for which I'm going to give all of you an experience for that. Just free XP on that one.
That's a level up.
And yeah, now the bunker is open and accessible to you because everyone outside is dead. Are you going to go explore that or explore more out here first?
Paige is going to spend
Or just leave,
downtime
because you could do that too.
to regain her magic.
Okay, you're going to just take a full rest for the evening then?
Yeah.
Merc is going
to
to
go back to the car and just conk out.
The car's gone. The car's on a farm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on a farm. Driving over bunnies.
You could walk back to the mining office where Merc's Haven is. That is within walking distance. Do you do that, Gwen?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Wesley, what are you going to do?
Oh no, I mean, I feel like there might be some beds here if you need to rest. I'm just worried if we walk away, then like more bandits are gonna show up, and then we'll have to repeat this to get what did we want again?
This is kind of a spawn point. I think we wanted the Liridian, right? The vault. That's it. We're looking
Right,
for a vault.
We thought they might have had cool shit in the mountain, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go back to Merc form.
Okay.
Yeah, bleeding profusely. Hey, tell you what. Hey, before we do that, I need a little help from you there, my disciple, my high priest. I need you to use that groovy thing that you got there, and I need 3 left hands, a right foot, 6 ears, and 1 nose.
Sure, we just
What?
Don't worry. See, this is why you're not high priest.
What?
You question too much. We're just having fun.
I'm
Living and spontaneous.
it's arts and crafts hour.
I'm also not there, but what?
See, this is why you're not high priest. You go home instead of having fun.
Yeah, I'm not there, first of all. Second of all, what?
I'd been talking to you, trying to get you to stay, but
Okay.
sure.
So Paige is going to take a rest.
Yeah.
Wesley, are you mutilating these bodies as Merc has requested?
I'd like to think that I'm looting the bodies, and there have been certain things, like a scavenger hunt has been added to it, which I'd like to think Brownie is on my shoulder, encouraging me to participate in. Brandishing,
absolutely. In anything that is morbid or horrible, Brownie is all for.
I forgot that I had the hallucinations part of my dark side, and I just feel like it's always going to be Brownie from.
You might be right.
But yeah, it's in the process of trying to like loot this place and look for cool shit. I will pick up a few no longer in use limbs.
Okay, they're all still attached to their previous owners, so you will have to cut them off.
I mean, that's a lot easier now than it was beforehand.
Okay. All right. So
I assume Merc's got some good use for him. I've seen him. He's not looking so hot, and I've seen him eat things and then look better.
Okay. Well, you managed to get your collection of body parts. While Wesley's doing this, Merc, what are you doing?
I'm going to sit down and have a good long smoke and just kind of watch as the smoke pours out of the bullet holes in my chest. Oh wait, no, I don't have any bullet holes. No, I just have like, I guess there's like a compound fracture in my rib cage.
Probably there's definitely broken bones and lots of bruising.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'll take a drag and then just watch the smoke kind of drifts out the side of my chest, and like that's not normal. That's not good. Shit. Okay. Uh well, and then he opens his flask of gasoline and starts drinking.
Okay.
He's just passing the time until Wesley gets back with his necessary spell components.
All right. Well, as you're passing the time, being distracted by your gasoline drinking and watching the smoke come out of your chest, you probably don't notice this since no one has bothered to look inside immediately. But maybe once you get bored looking at the smoke, you glance over and you notice that the bunker is closed.
Was the bunker open previously?
It was.
Oh.
Because the big bad guy had burst out of it.
Oh, man. I knew this was the spawn point. Oh, well. Nothing to do about that right now.
Oh my god. So yes, Wesley does indeed, because of guild coins, find a lanyard to which he can attach all of the limbs that he's found, like a camp friendship bracelet for Merc.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Paige is going to be horrified.
Paige is not there.
I was gonna say, thankfully, Paige
Later
and Beth are not
on.
there.
I feel like in
Later
the
on,
past,
Paige is going to be
Paige is-
horrified. You walk into the base of that thing.
I mean, Paige has seen us mutilate living people with this chainsaw. And participate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you,
but that's
you
just
didn't make
macabre.
jewelry out of it.
All right, wait. So let's
no.
clarify. This is 3 left hands, a right foot, 6 ears, and a nose. This is a weird hodgepodge. I'll have to go back and watch
That
the video
is
later to
that
make
is
sure.
just, oh my gosh. No.
Okay. So Wesley, about the time that you come back with your friendship bracelet, you both notice that the bunker is indeed closed. What do you do?
Okay, so this is going to be a big issue. I got a bad feeling about it. But before this does, thank you so much. This means so much to me. This is the nicest thing that anyone's ever gotten me. And I mean, I just told you to go get this stuff because I was fucking with you. But, oh man, this is so cool. Like, man, like sincerely, thank you.
I wasn't sure if it was too much. No, I needed something to do. I'm still all wired.
No, I love the color scheme. The color scheme is how did you know that gore red and bile black were my favorite colors? This is great. Thank you so much. And I'm going to you try to use magic to heal 1 wound.
Okay.
Yeah, I was see how this okay. Then if
What's
on
that?
a mixed success, I can stabilize or heal, right?
I think so.
Okay, then I will just choose to stabilize.
Okay. Cool. So you no longer have a rib poking out of your side.
Yep.
Cool.
So do we wait for Paige to get back to check into this, or should we just go?
Paige is not coming back. What are you talking about?
So I guess we should we should just go ahead and open this.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of coming here was to find whatever's in here. So I mean, I'm sure she's coming back at some point. Regardless,
Hey, before she comes back, we should think of something really elaborate to lie about, like just elaborate and pointless.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, whenever we're ready, though, I can just walk through the door.
Oh,
That's a thing I can do. There might be somebody waiting, but that's a whole nother thing.
I mean, I can just open the door. Like, you have that cool superpower, but I have the superpower of politeness, and I knock on the door.
So you knock on the door and you just hear, we don't want any.
Okay, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to turn into the cutest skag puppy, cutest dire dog puppy that I can think of, and I'm just going to start scratching at the door and just being pitiful and try to manipulate someone.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
All right, and then I can use weird on that.
Uh-huh.
Usha.
An 8. Partial success. So as you're whimpering and scratching at the door, after a little bit, there's like a mail slot that opens. And there is like a half-eaten, still bloody piece of meat that just flops with a wet squelching noise on the ground right next to you. It goes,
Well, that's very polite of them.
There's food. Get out of here, dog. There's bad people around. Run away. The mail slot's gonna close again.
Oh. Well, they seem like nice people. I'm just going to continually eat that piece of meat and forget about the task at hand for a little while.
Great, Wesley. What do you do?
Yeah, I don't know. They did sound nice. Maybe we can do. Maybe we eliminated the mean part of the neighbor faction, and the remaining people are good neighbors for us.
Oh yeah, we walked here, didn't we?
Yeah.
What I'll try and do while Merc is doing that is, can I try? If I wanted to look around for maybe a different entrance or maybe a different stash, because I've got my sight move, which lets me see invisible-y or magic-y things as part of investigate a mystery. Can I try and look around the camp for anything that kind of radiates the same type of Liridium energy that this big bad guy did?
Nothing in the camp around you does. You can sort of see kind of like how in a lot of video games, if there's a scent trail, how it'll visualize it by this vapory looking line that wafts in certain directions. You can kind of see
vision from
you can kind of see that coming off this guy, and the trail goes back into the bunker. But that's also, you already know that's where he came from, so that kind of makes sense to you already. But that's all you see.
Okay. If we're just killing time, then I wave off in the distance to whatever sniper post I think Beth is hanging out.
All right. Well, in that case, since all of our our characters are taking a break, I think we will as well. We take a 5-10 minute break for everybody to go bio, grab some water, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back to find out where everybody picks up the next day. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So, everybody has had time to rest. I'm assuming you're waiting until the next day.
Yep.
Everybody? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're all camped out wherever you happen to be. You wake up next day. Paige, you've got your magic abilities back. It's the next day. Do you head back to check on Merc and Wesley?
You're muted, Paige.
I think you're muted.
Absolutely. I will go look for Merc.
Okay. So you make it back to.
after I repair my clothes magically.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird to repair those.
Oh, you'll never believe this. It's 14.
You're right, I don't.
14. Okay.
It's a
So
6 and a 5 is 11 plus 3, 14.
nice. Then yeah, you repair it, no problems, and head back over. And Wesley and Merc, you see Paige with the repaired overalls, heading your way. What do you all do?
Did we ever get the people inside to open the door?
They have not opened the door. So far, all you got was them throwing some scraps to what they thought was an innocent little dog and telling the dog to run away because there's bad people around.
Okay, well, with Paige back, I guess I'll knock on the door and go, "Hey,
We gave it the
bad
office.
people, the bad people are dead. We introduced ourselves and killed them."
I haven't heard any more gunshots out there. I don't believe you.
They weren't very nice at all.
Question: who do you think the bad people are?
Well, there's these people that they drugged a bunch of us and they all killed each other, all the drugged people. And then our boss tried to go out there and tell them politely to leave, and then now our boss seems like he's dead. So they seem pretty bad. We were just minding our own business and they broke in here.
So
Yeah, but who
here is
tells
that you're
people to
looking
leave
for
with a minigun?
Well, hey, here's the good news. We're here to spread the gospel of the Church of Merc.
Oh, we're quite happy with our gods, thank you.
Oh, well, see, your friend said that too. And they seem a lot happier now. Like they're not fighting anymore. They're not arguing anymore. They're not doing bad things to the local wildlife anymore. They're really just a lot nicer now.
Roll charm, anyone.
Anyone?
Oh no, I got this. I got this. Oh yeah, you know I got this.
Our collective negative charm as a group,
Let me don't
I
worry.
mean, my charm is 0.
and the highest of the group.
Yeah. Or yeah, I guess Merc, you can roll manipulate someone if you really want to.
Oh wait, am I manipulating someone or am I rolling charm?
Well, I was gonna say charm, but then I realized I guess you are kind of trying to manipulate someone into believing that that their friends are happier now that they're dead.
So you can roll like plus weird. You have
All
that
right,
weird thing.
let's try that then.
I mean,
Lot better.
it's a bit of a stretch, but it's still technically
If it's a stretch, then let's just go with charm. I think that's fine. That's fair.
okay.
I'm fine with failing.
Yeah, it's like you're technically trying to manipulate them, but what you're trying to manipulate with them is so unbelievable. In that case, as you're trying to explain that in such a way to get on their good side, a little mail slot opens again, and a little round thing comes. Round metal object starts skipping across the ground, rolling towards you, and you all are able to see pretty quickly that that's a grenade. That the little slot closes shut again.
Yeah. No. Paige was not sticking around after Mark said that.
Okay, so Paige, you're running away. Sounds like roll act under pressure.
Sure. Let's hope for a 1 or 2. That's a 7. It's not even
7?
a failure.
Okay. Well, you sort of trip over your own feet trying to scramble away, but you do manage to get a relatively safe distance away. Merc, this is in response to your charm attempt there.
Well, I think that went pretty well. I got him to give us a gift.
Yeah, it's a live grenade. It's about to explode.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shove it back in the slot.
Oh shit.
Okay.
They closed it, right?
They did. It was sort of a drop it and close. You could try to force the slot open and somehow, if you really want to try,
Have to be
Yeah.
really fast with that.
act under pressure.
No, I've got it. It's all good. Acting under pressure is sharp or cool?
It's cool.
Sweet. Done and done. Let's check out this sweet 10 plus. Oh, an 8. Okay,
That's an 8.
That's actually way better than I thought it was going to be.
So I'll let you choose what you do.
Okay.
You can either retrieve the grenade before it goes off, or you can open the slot, but you cannot do both.
So I can either be holding the grenade when it goes off.
Well, if you
Or-
retrieve the grenade, you could potentially throw it away. Like you've got time to react. You can do something else with the grenade, but it's basically either you get the grenade or you open the slot. You can't do both.
Okay.
Please
Oh.
don't throw it at me. Please.
Is there a window or anything?
No, it is a bunker door.
All right.
There's
All
a
right,
whole
all right.
wide world out there that is not in the direction of me.
All right. So I'm thinking higher risk, higher reward.
Oh no.
What if I've got the reaction speed to make it to the grenade before the grenade goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Can I kick the grenade towards the door?
Yes. What are you trying to accomplish by this?
I'm hoping for a lucky slap shot.
The door is designed to be resistant to explosives. So if you're hoping the grenade will damage the door, it will not.
Okay then. Well. Any interesting structures around here?
Just the stuff that you've already seen. So the sheet metal buildings and wall and whatnot.
Okay, well then I'll just nonchalantly walk away from the grenade then.
Okay. You get a safe distance away from the grenade. Wesley, what are you gonna do?
I was going to try and dive through the door and be on the other side of it.
Okay. Roll weird. Nice. So yeah, you dive through the door. You end up on the other side, and you can see two scrappy, skinny-looking bandits who are sort of haunched over a little bit with their fingers in their ears, and they're kind of laughing at each other. And as the grenade goes off, they just pull their fingers out of their ears, and they're laughing. They're looking at each other like they totally didn't expect that grenade to go off. And the one closest to you, Wesley, looks at you and goes, "They're so stupid." Wait, who are you?
Hi there. I'm Wesley. I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot. Hi, neighbors.
The one next to you just sort of blinks for a couple seconds and then goes, "Ah!" It starts running away from you.
That's one reaction.
The other one's still standing there, like, sort of looking like, I'm not quite sure how to read the situation. You've got a chance to talk to him a little bit more.
Yeah, so I just wanted to clear some of the air here. I think there's some misunderstanding about what happened here. We came by to introduce ourselves, being new to the neighborhood. Your gate people then tried to eat a friend of mine. There was some mild drugging involved. We don't know what happened beyond that. But you all the two of you seem real nice. I saw how nice you were to that dog that came by. And so I think we still have a really good chance to build this neighborly relationship.
Hey, thanks for that, host Gwen. You all killed half of our gang.
But from talking to you, I think that was like the mean half. I don't think those were good people. Y'all seem like good people.
The one in the middle of the courtyard was my brother.
Did your brother like to eat people? I would think long and hard about, I would consider some of his actions.
Well, I mean, not our own people, but other people, sure. Doesn't everyone eat other people?
Not so much. At least not off the bat.
Well, I mean, he's kind of shaking as he's pointing his finger at the bunker door towards the courtyard, and it's like, well, I mean, we thought that you were offering, and then you attacked us, and then we got the brownies, and that was really nice, but then they were drugged, and it caused everybody to start murdering each other.
I mean, I'm just saying,
you're not really leaving a whole lot of room for other interpretations of your intentions here.
I mean, I thought that the brownies were great. I enjoyed them. I feel like it's hardly our fault if you all murdered each other from eating the brownies. I think that speaks more to some, internal political strife here in your gang that we really can't foot the bill for.
Oh my god. So he just sort of looks confused for a minute. Roll charm to see how well you can win this guy over.
Not well. Not well.
It's a 6. You do have
Better than I
1d4, 1d4 and 1d6 available.
Do we care about charming this guy? Or was this just a fun chat?
I mean,
It's up to you.
I did kind of eat their boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like your argument's already flawed.
Oh, make that 2d6. Thank you, Econolex, for that d4 upgrade.
I mean, I'm happy to throw one of our d6s at this, let it roll a 1, and then just deal with the consequences anyway. But it's Right, I'm also fine with the 6 as experience. Let's just let it
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah, let's let you have experience.
Okay. Let me put that D6 back.
I mean,
then.
I'm also trying to convince him to side with the people that murdered his brother. So
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I tell you what, we can chalk all this up to a misunderstanding. You do the weird thing that you do and leave through the door. You go back to your home. We'll stay here in our home, and we'll just agree to never interact again.
Hey, ask if they know anything about a vault.
yeah, what kind of cool stuff is in your guys' home? I mean, we can tell you about all the cool stuff in ours, but you go first. You got any vaults down here?
Yeah, I don't think he quite understood the whole, like, leave immediately thing.
Yeah, see, I'm getting that now, and I aim my shotgun at him. I'm not really sure you're in the position to be pushing any of that.
So as you aim your shotgun at him, he's just gonna glance over at a button on the wall.
Oh God, sure.
And roll to see if you're able to do something before he does. That's gonna be another act under pressure.
I'm politely knocking on the door during this.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8, okay.
I feel like this may be a good time for a D6.
It might be.
Again, it'll come up as a 1, so it won't matter in the end. But we can spend it.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. Full
Full
success.
success. So
13.
you can absolutely act before he gets to that button to prevent him from doing so. How do you want to prevent him from getting to the button?
Well, I mean, I did signal that he was going to get shot with my shotgun if he did anything, so I feel like the appropriate thing to do would be to follow through on that threat and shoot him with my shotgun.
That's totally fair. How much harm does your shotgun do?
Shotguns are 3 harm, close, messy.
Okay. It's very messy in there now. He's taken 3 harm, which has thrown him against the wall, and he's now on the ground, safely away from the button.
Incredibly messy.
Well, we were just asking questions. It didn't have to be like this.
He just sort of coughs up some blood and goes, "You broke into our home after murdering half of us."
Yeah, but we only ate one of you, so I mean, we've got a better track record than y'all do.
As you say that, Wesley, you in particular hear a lot of weapons chambering rounds from further down the hall.
I guess fine. If you want to be the reclusive neighbors, you do that and see how it works out, and I'll step through the door.
Okay.
Rude. That's what this is.
So, yeah, I'll just give you this. You're able to pass back through the door. You hear some more coughing and really pained sounds coming from the other side of the door. So, you all know that there's roughly the same number of guys that were outside in this courtyard who all killed each other after eating the messed up brownies. That's about how many people are in the bunker. Diplomatic attempts have clearly failed.
What news from reconnaissance?
So there's lots of guns. There's as many in there alive as there are dead out here.
Wait. There's a slot. There's a slot.
But they did say this was their boss, so there's potentially an upset in the power structure.
Okay. I just had an idea. There's a slat. I can throw a fire blast through the slats.
If you can get the little door slot open, that is true. You could throw fire in there or any other number of things through that little hole.
It's big enough to fit a grenade.
It is
Oh, I
indeed.
wish I took fireball instead of fire blast now. But I have fire missile, fire blast, and firewall.
So, High Priest, do you think this is an opportunity to install new leadership in these misguided youths?
It's kind of
It's possible.
I'd like to just melt the door.
Attempts were made for diplomatic relations. They did not seem open.
Did you bring the gospel?
Not as such. There was a big red button he tried to push before I could really get to that point in the conversation. I guess the button could have been good, but I feel like they usually don't color it that way if it's good.
I mean, I think good is subjective to who it's good for.
Okay, sure. I'll write that down.
Huh. Wait,
got a
the door is
knife?
metal.
I've got a sword.
Definitely melt the door. Definitely melt the door. I definitely want to melt the door.
Can try. It's a bunker door. It's specifically designed to withstand explosives and fire and things like that. But you can certainly give it a try.
Or do we have any grenades? Do we have any grenades? Did we
There
buy
was
grenades?
Did that
What?
one? That one went off, right?
Yeah, the one that they threw out definitely exploded. I want to say one of you had a grenade at some point.
I had one for all of about 5 minutes, and then I shoved it into a bear shark thing's mouth.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I mean, if we can just open the slot, I do have a rocket launcher.
Yeah, Philip could get involved here.
Yep.
Ooh, yes.
So I
And
tell
then
you
we can
what.
just fire it like 3 or 4 times.
So I tell you what, Paige, you're wanting to melt down the door. You might be able to melt the little
I mean,
thing that protects the mail slot.
yeah. I don't expect to do it really fast. I just expect to be able to do it eventually.
Okay.
Like we're out of just we need to get this done eventually. We don't need to. You can take our time with it. You know, they're not going anywhere. I have fire and I can spend my time doing this for a while.
Hey,
Okay.
what if we were able to prove that we were divine? What if we could perform a miracle? How would that influence you guys' opinion about
That's-
discussing a leadership change?
That's a 5 and a 6, so that's a 14 again.
Okay.
For weird.
You are applying heat liberally to the door.
Yeah.
Are you trying to burn the door itself or just the part covering the mail slot?
Just trying to melt around the mail slot currently.
Okay.
They move outward. I'm not particularly, you know, I can take my time. There's no rush.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it gets hot. On the other side of the door, Merc, you hear. Well, I mean, whether you're divine or not, if you're just gonna try to murder all of us, then or eat all of us, that doesn't seem like it's in our best interest.
No, we don't do that to our followers. We have
Yeah,
a
if-
church.
if
We're
you're going to
offering
join
safe
us-
haven.
Yeah, if you're going to join us, we won't eat you.
Hmm. All right, what can you do?
Well,
Currently, I'm going to melt your door down. I mean, eventually.
we preach a gospel of self-acceptance for our vices, indulgence in things that make us happy, and kindness to animals. I already know that you guys follow at least 2 of those. By the way, I came to you in the form of a dog last night. I appreciate the scraps. I did eat the scraps. Thank you for that. But if you want a fuller discourse on the exact tenets of the Church of Merc, give me just 1 second there. I'm trying to think of how to follow this.
You got like a
You can
pamphlet
talk
or
to
something?
Wesley. Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah,
website we could look
Leslie,
at?
What's
I
what's the
do
status of
actually.
the
Why don't
pamphlet?
you check your back pocket right now?
Right.
Oh my god. So yeah, Merc, you have a tome of flesh labeled Tenets of Merc.
No, it's not in my back pocket. It's in his back pocket.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's really weird.
This was bestowed to you for your kindness towards the puppy last night.
Why would you waste this very good snack on a book?
Oh, well, see, this was actually not the best skin. It was really sun bleached, really chewy.
Oh,
It
okay.
was, yeah.
It
And
was-
if we could, like,
Yeah, it was someone I burned. It was really
Alright, well,
black.
Hey, I guess I suppose that's useful. It's a book, and then if you get in a pinch, you can just eat it.
yeah. What good is gospel if it's not going to save your life when you need it?
It nourishes the body and spirit.
Oh my god. Merc, roll manipulate someone.
Yeah, son. Always fun.
You've got 1d6 left. BT dubs.
I might use that. Yeah, I'm gonna use that D6.
All right. I think for the
13.
first time this whole game, you have no resources in the pool here. That's amazing.
It's been a hard game today.
It has. I'm glad you used them. That's what they're there for. Because
Yes, I'm glad I used my Patreon reward for that.
yeah.
Because there was.
Oh my god, go pig or go home. Okay. So it's like, well, you know what? You make some good points here. May take me a little bit to talk to everybody else, get them all on the same page. But you know, maybe this was just a big misunderstanding, and I feel like we could probably be friends if we want to work together.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We're just next door in the old mine. There is one caveat. You're welcome to come by and visit anytime you like. There's one caveat. We do have a lot of baby dire dogs and some other odd creatures and some former executives that have converted to our way of life too. So we just ask that you don't eat them or hurt them, and that's like really the biggest things. As long as you're cool with them, we would love to have you. We'll make you some non-drug brownies.
That would be great. Definitely had some bad reaction to the other stuff that you gave us before. Okay, well, I tell you what, I'll talk to everybody. We'll get Ted here patched up from that shotgun wound. Oh,
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
How did-
Sorry about that.
Ted, how did you cough that up? I think that's supposed to go inside you. Don't you need that body? Oh, Ted. Oh, all right. Well, I'll talk to everybody else, and we'll have a barbecue tonight. Ted's treat, apparently. Um, and you know, I didn't like those people out there anyway, so it's fine.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to, like, we've actually got tables and things, so if you want,
Oh yeah.
if you want to share,
got,
you're welcome to share. Bring some for the pups is all we ask. We'll have.
we got all that stuff in here too.
Oh,
If everybody's on
okay.
board, then you know, we'll have you over. We'll talk. You're looking for some sort of vault. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's actually why we were in here. We thought maybe you guys might have a vault, something weird like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that have been coming in here trying to look for that kind of stuff. We don't have a vault in here, but we do have some, well, what we've always considered sacred relics. Perhaps that might lead you to one of those.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, we're trading you a sacred relic. I basically gave you a miracle just now.
Sure. Yeah, I'll talk to my people. You talk to your people.
I've already talked to my people. They're right here.
Perfect. So I'll talk to my people. We'll have lunch, and hammer out the details.
All right, so lunch tomorrow. Sound good?
That sounds great.
All right. You should come. If you don't, we might see a repeat.
Right. Yep. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Also,
Lunch.
if you could have your minion stop eating up our mail slot. Mailman's gonna be by in a couple of hours, and I'd hate for him to burn his hand.
I did roll a 14, so it should be pretty melted around there right now.
Wesley, stop melting the door slot. You're just looking at it so hard.
I prefer high priest to minion.
Yes, that is fair. He is one of my high priests.
No, not that one. The other one in the overalls.
Oh,
Paige just stops for like 10 seconds, looks at Mert.
I mean, they did say please. I think.
I mean,
Did they?
Yes, I said please. Do you know how hard it is to be a male person on this planet? They've got it tough enough already. Don't make them burn their hand on our door.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, we'll go then. We'll just take that minigun with us, and just so y'all don't get squirrely, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I mean, the squirrels in this area went extinct months ago. We ate the last one about 6 months ago, so unfortunately, no more squirrels to get squirrely on.
Yeah, that's a shame. There's good eating on those.
We didn't really use a minigun to hunt those anyways, so I mean, they're kind of unrelated. But
oh well, tomorrow. You know, an hour give or take of high noon.
Yeah, sure. That would be lunchtime.
Great. We'll see you then. Stay handsome. Stay cool.
You know, I do what I can.
Well, I think our work's here done here, folks. They said they've got some sacred relics and they'll bring them to lunch tomorrow. So, I mean, I feel like that went well.
It's yeah. I mean, that was as successful a conversation as I think we've had as a group.
Yeah, we're just being good neighbors.
I mean, that's all this ever was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they convert, then we don't have to kill them.
I mean,
how that
maybe.
works?
Oh my gosh. All right. Is there anything else that you all want to do before the festivities the next day?
Has have my crew returned?
They're definitely coming back.
They have not.
Oh,
They
I did cash
definitely-
in. I did cash in a level up for a crew. Damn it.
Yeah, your executives have left, but your old work crew shows up back at your mining office looking for you.
Oh no, I ate them.
You ate your old work crew?
Yeah, yeah, the ones that I got trapped in the mine with. Oh yeah, no, I ate them.
Oh, yikes.
That was why things got dark in the mine. Oh yeah, Merc ate them. Merc ate them years ago.
I think
Yeah.
I'm misremembering something we talked about then. Well, in that case, you'll at least get a handful of these bandits on your side tomorrow.
Okay, cool. That works for me. It's just spreading the good book. That's all.
Even if everything else goes hits the fan, you'll at least get a couple of these guys on your side.
No Ted though. Won't be the same without Ted.
Well, Ted's gonna be there, just differently.
In spirit.
Oh, he's just coming. He's just there for dinner.
Yeah. That's why they were saying, "Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's Ted's treat."
Yeah.
So next day rolls around. Then it's getting close to high noon. What do you all do?
Are we supposed to bring something? What's the etiquette here?
Oh,
I'm gonna make more brownies.
Yay! The special brownies.
no, I think we're out of the good stuff.
Yeah, we unless you want me to pop by the town again, but we kind of ruined that, didn't we?
You don't have a car anymore.
Oh yeah, we can't go because there's no car.
Your car's upstate.
I could try and summon some.
Yeah, sure. Just go ahead and we'll just have some Eldritch brownies. That sounds like a great time.
I mean, can the Eldritch brownies just be to like have and not to share?
Yeah.
Oh
Look,
my gosh.
this is a sign of good faith. We're trying to make friends here.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, the Eldritch brownies are for us, not for them.
I just feel like some of us, like me, like brownies, and some people like them were very insulting to the brownies. We put a lot of bad press on the brownies.
So Paige tried to summon some really trippy brownies. Oh, that's great. That's an 8 plus 3 is 11.
So you're trying to use magic to summon special brownies out of thin air.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be big magic. So
I mean, Wesley, you rolled too. You can, if it's big magic, then there's 3 of us. We can all 3 roll, or we can both roll, or big magic takes at least 2 people.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna say all 3 of you will need to roll to create these out of thin air.
Okay.
Which is, I don't think Wesley's ever tried to use magic besides just like his glowy, punchy things and his walking through walls. So I feel like he would be asking you to explain how to do it, like following a recipe.
yeah. Yeah. Paige would definitely be explaining the recipe and stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
So with Merc's intent, Merc is intending to test the faith of others with these brownies, and if they don't believe in Merc, he wants them to be poisonous.
Yes, same though for Paige. Hey, we are on the same wavelength. I find that hilarious.
Now, when you say don't believe in Merc, how devout of a faith are we talking here?
I mean, we're talking like Wesley levels of faith. If you don't believe in your final dying moments that Merc is the true savior to Calamity, then oh well, you're about to find out if you're right or
You'll have a
wrong.
bad trip and not a good one.
No, you'll die. This is the way to
Okay.
weed out the faith, because this is just we're just upgrading our second church.
Okay.
This was a nice base of operations, but we really need a second place.
We need some
So-
additional real estate. Even if it's just a tear down, that's just
So
that's
I was-
land that's going to waste.
Yeah, this will be the youth summer camp.
So that was 11 from Paige, 7 from Wesley, and a 13 from Merc.
Oh my god. Yeah, you make a small pan of these trial of faith brownies,
Eldritch.
and
They've got tentacles coming out of them.
there's about a dozen brownies in this tray, so there's enough that you could feed a dozen people. One brownie
Yes.
each.
Yes,
That's all they
but the
need.
tentacles are important. They've got to have tentacles coming out of them.
Boy, that's a test of a lot of things right there.
Yeah. Okay. So they you've got a dozen pot / trial of faith / tentacle brownies with the tentacles are look kind of like gummy worms, but they're very clearly tentacles, and they move on their own. I feel like Trial of Faith brownies are a step up from gasoline brownies, at least in refinement of serving, if not cuisine. That's great.
like
That's funny. I can relax. Okay, so you got these brownies. You're heading to the potluck, I assume.
Oh,
the barbecue.
We're hosting it.
Yeah, we're hosting.
Okay. About 15 minutes after high noon, somebody comes running over, and he seems out of breath, and he's like, "Hey, I think we may have had some miscommunication. Are we meeting here or at our place? We've got the whole barbecue pit and everything set up back outside the
Oh.
bunker."
Okay, well, I mean, if y'all don't mind me coming over, then that's fine.
No, we'd be happy to have you. Everything was explained.
Have a brownie.
We saw.
No, it's rude to eat before we're all together. That's rude. We'll just go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
And, we'll just take our brownies with us.
Ted was a firm believer in eating your meal before your dessert always, so I'm gonna respect Ted and eat him first.
Ted
Before the
was
brownie.
good. Ted was a good living
It's
thing.
sort of a TED talk about the proper order of dinner.
I see.
I'm not even sorry about that one. Okay, yeah, come on over.
Okay, yeah, we'll be right there then.
So as you come up, the gates open. There's picnic tables. I mean, they're made out of scrap metal and whatever scavenged they could find, but picnic tables nonetheless that are set
Are
up.
they
And there's
literal table legs?
like
Like human legs acting as the table legs?
no, they're just metal. There is a barbecue pit set up though, with what's very clearly some of their fallen comrades being prepared as the main course. Because these are wild bandits who are cannibals. So, but it's a very nice reception that they give you, and some of the obviously leaders of the group approach you and are prepared to have a very serious conversation about what it is you're professing to be and what your religion's about, aside from beyond what's just in this pamphlet of skin that they read.
Well, I wanted it to be easy for them to easy for them to digest. So
Oh God.
didn't want it to be too lengthy.
Things I never thought I'd say in a campaign. Like 70% of the things that I've said in this campaign. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you're going to try to persuade them or convince them to share your beliefs before you feed them the brownies, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now would be the time. You can roll charm. I don't feel like you're manipulating them so much at this point. You're
doggy.
trying to get them to your side.
All right, we're gonna roll that charm.
I feel like we're doing it by like regaling them with epic stories of the miracle car that could never be destroyed and the great crusade into the executive boardroom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the worst. Not the worst.
Okay.
For a -2, that's pretty good.
That is really good. Paige and Wesley, would you like to try to help if you're both able to get a partial or full success?
Oh, for charm?
For
Rolling
charm, yeah.
Wonderful. Darn, that's an 8.
Okay. -1. It's still a 10.
I was hoping for a failure.
Well, with all three of you,
Really?
you actually legitimately convert this entire camp.
We do have to get them to Wesley level of piety.
Yeah, they all pretty much believe, except for maybe this one guy. You've got varying levels of commitment. Some of them are like, yeah, we'll go to, Merkmas and I don't know how you'd say Easter, but with Merc in it. East Merc. Merkmas and East Merc, but we're not going to attend services the rest of the year. But they still believe in you, Merc.
That's fine. Services are kind of lame anyway. No, we're just asking that you embrace Merc into your hearts and live lives to your. Oh, that's perfect.
Your fullest potential.
Sleep Dependence Day. Oh my
It's
god.
the holiest day of the year. The holiest day.
Oh
All
my
Shoulders
god.
Day.
All Shoulders Day.
Shoulders Day.
Okay.
There's also Collarbonemas.
Oh my god.
There's the we'll come up with a whole. I'll have a whole list for y'all next time.
All Shoulders Day, yes.
Yeah.
All Shoulders Day. That just kills me. Okay, so yeah, you convert the whole camp except for one guy. The one guy eats the brownies and dies, and the rest of them are all happy.
Was it Ted's friend from the door? Wasn't that?
So surprisingly, no. It was just this one guy. He's always skeptical of everything you find out from talking to his friends. Yeah, just never believed anybody on anything. Like the forever
typical brownie and died.
the forever contrarian.
Did you eat a brownie, Paige?
Yes.
Do you
Of
believe in
course.
Merc?
Paige made the brownie. Sweet talk about. Of course, Paige ate a brownie.
Do you believe in Merc, Paige?
Of course.
I was
You
having a
accepted
feeling.
Merc into your heart?
Oh my gosh.
Not as much as Beth.
So I'm yeah, Beth does not touch the brownies whatsoever. Beth is disgusted by this entire happening of things.
I just imagined her still up in the sniper's tower, just having no idea what was going on, but watching it all.
I can imagine you're back up at a sniper's tower after learning everything with like the crosshairs on Merc, like flipping the safety off and on, debating.
Do I take the shot? Do I not take the shot?
So yeah, you now have a bandit camp that is allied with you, and sort of two strongholds now. And the relic that you find, that they bring out, is in keeping with the aesthetic of the campaign so far. Sort of, what do you call it when you've got like the forked piece of wood or metal and
Oh, a dowsing rod.
yeah, there you go. They're like, we don't know if it really works, but it's supposed to be able to find vaults.
Cool. Thanks for that. Your Lord and Savior appreciates it.
Yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to do before we end our session tonight? We're getting to about that time. This seems like a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah. Actually, I want to lead some trust building exercises. Like have everyone stand in a circle and step forward if X situation has happened to them, and then have everybody give each other a nickname. Just give the person you're left a nickname, so that you have like at least one person who has a special bond with you, and those are everyone's new names from now on. And maybe even a few trust falls. Yeah, trust falls sound nice.
Oh my gosh.
Are they responsible for tearing the sleeves off of their neighbors' shirts?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, High Priest.
None of them have shirts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were halfway there to begin with.
Good. Then, if that's the case, then I think it's time to make this a little bit more culty, and we'll just cut a small circle.
More culty.
Symbolize to symbolize the losing of their spiritual sleeves.
Oh my god!
A small incision around the shoulder.
Well, these are basically psychos from Borderlands, so yes, of course they do it. So yeah, they do that, and yeah, they're all shirtless. I'm sure there's some female bandits as well. They probably have like the equivalent of like a tube top type deal. So still no sleeves.
Great. At the Church of Merc, we don't sexualize the psycho or human body. It's just it's a vessel. It's just a vessel for our vices. That's all.
Seam of faith. Oh my god. So as we're closing out, I just have to point out, so we've got essentially a cult of personality with Dapper Dan, whom you still have yet to really go after. And then we have a literal cult with Merc.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got the pig mafia too, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, there is the king pig, who's more of a mafia than a religion, but still. Oh, wow. If it were not copyrighted and would cause huge portions of this stream to be muted, I would be playing Ain't No Place for a Hero right now. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we're going to go on a raid here, but before we do, we'll give everybody a chance to say their favorite parts and everything.
What was our raid cry?
I'll grab it one sec. But as we end everything out, yeah, you're all having a good old culty time with your new cultists and your new stronghold.
Paige
There it
did
is.
not eat any meat at all.
Good call.
Just
Good call.
Use all parts
like 90% of my characters are vegetarian.
Yeah.
And Paige is not an exception to that rule.
So we're gonna go reverse order. Zan, What was your
Yeah.
favorite? What was your favorite part about tonight's session? Where can we find you next? And anything else that you'd like to share?
Yeah. I guess the main thing that I would like sharing, I feel like I've missed my calling as a cult leader. But I'm glad that all that true crime podcast that I listened to is really going to good use. As far as my favorite part goes, I really love how badly me trying to become friendly with the boss went. Like, it was almost tempting to just let Merc die under his ass. It was very, very tempting, honestly. Um, and yeah, you can catch me next week. And pretty soon in the future, you can catch me running my own game on this channel. Woo!
Yeah.
Which will be which will be very exciting. I'm still not entirely certain what it's going to be, but I'm leaning towards a 5th edition Dungeons and Doggos campaign. Yeah, so if you're interested, I think there might still be a spot or two open. So
I think there's 2, I think, right now that are still left open.
Yeah, so if anyone's out there interested in looking, then I think that I am a passably moderate DM. So I would I'd always love to have some more folks in. And you can find me on Twitter at InsanityTTRPG or on my website, which is an obnoxious orange color if you haven't seen it, insanitygaming.com. You can see the links now.
Perfect.
And yeah, thanks so much for sticking around. It was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good time.
Also, in chat right above those links, there's the link that'll take you to the application if you'd like to be in Season 4, which is May through August. And yeah, if you want to be in Zan's game, definitely that's where you go to sign up. So Gwen, what was your favorite part of tonight's session? Where can we find you next? And anything else that you'd like to share?
Summoning Eldritch Brownies. You're like, oh, that sounds like big magic, actually. And I'm like, well, fair enough. We're still summoning Eldritch Brownies. And we summoned the Eldritch Brownies!
That was hilarious.
Eldritch Brownies, please.
I love the fact that they have tentacles in them. Awesome. Well, where can we find you next?
So, Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday we've got Spirits of the Storm.
I should do that tomorrow. I completely blanked on that. I should have done that today.
Making a character?
Yeah.
Because I am in the same boat. I am also in that one, and I need to make a character still. Cool. And then Patrick, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else that you'd like to share?
Oh.
I think just the whole trying to charm aspect of tonight, given how bad we all are at charm. We just decided to stop fighting.
Half bad at charm.
That and then the scavenger hunt necklace that I got to make. That was a fun little side quest.
That was pretty hilarious. Oh man.
But yeah, it's besides here on Tuesday nights, you can catch me. Supposed to be starting tomorrow night as our first session on Dark Galaxy Gaming, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing a very homebrew but also salt marsh game of 5e all combined.
Oh, very cool.
Tomorrow night.
Awesome. My favorite part, the whole thing was just funny. But my favorite part probably was, all the interaction at the door where they were just like, no thanks, we don't want any. And you all just trying to get inside. Especially the part where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so funny, they're gonna blow up, and they're like turn to Wesley and try to get you in on the funny, and then realize like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here. All of that was great. I enjoyed all of it though. As for where you can find me next, today is Tuesday, so you can see me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Tickfaw Files, where I'll be reprising my role as Dr. Tilda Jenkins, and another Monster of the Week game. That's going to be very fun. Thursday, we've got no stream on Thursday, but then I'll be back for Star Trek Adventures over on Encounter Roleplay at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And then for Spirits of the Storm, the one shot that Row North is going to be DMing. I think there's still a spot or two open for that. If you want to get in on that, message me just before the end of tomorrow. I think after that will probably be a little bit too close to airtime, but if you get back to me by tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, I can probably get you in to that one or two spots that are still open. It's going to be a D&D 5e, pretty cool whole setup. It's all a story that Rowan has made. Should be pretty neat. Yeah, we're going to go on a raid. So here's our raid cry. Feel free to copy that. And we're going to go raid Scrat, Scraticus Academy. They're currently doing a tabletop of some sort. Nope, they're not.
It's a new 5e game they had tonight. Are they done?
Yeah, they are done, and they went to go raid Nerdsmith, who was my...
So we're raiding Nerdsmith, is what you're saying.
Yep, I was gonna say, who is also who I was considering. I was debating back and forth. So yeah, we're gonna go raid Nerdsmith, who are equally awesome. Definitely give them a follow if you haven't already. Yeah, looks like they're playing some Spelljammer, so that should be pretty interesting. Yeah, so definitely give them a follow, hang out for the raid, and thank you all for being here, for the guild coins spent, the patron rewards redeemed, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all are awesome. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Merc loves you.
I love that. That was so great.